I'm Jacob.
I'm Scott, and today we're going to be talking about phishing with a PH.
So what is phishing? So phishing is a type of cyber attack that is primarily done through email. And the purpose of it is to try and entice you to give away information. It will often be things such as usernames, email addresses for other people, passwords to systems, even personal information sometimes in your own life, such as credit card details and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they'll be trying to get what we would consider security information about you. Stuff that can be used to identify you or your account with. If you ever receive an email that you're not expecting, or dare I say looks a bit fishy, all you need to do is don't interact.
Sorry, I couldn't contain the eye roll. It took me a second and then it hit and oh no.
I hate puns, but... It's. I'm not even trying to make a pun. It's just there.
It works.
It's just there.
It works. Anyway,
if you ever receive an email that you're not expecting, or dare I say it looks a bit fishy, then all you need to do is don't interact with it. Just delete the email, and that will basically protect you from any phishing attempt.
We do have systems in place that try to lower the risk of this. For example, you may see some emails that come up with just spam in the subject header anyway. Those are ones that we've already marked as potentially risky emails. However, some may still slip through.
And we'll need you to make the judgment call on whether it is a phishing or it isn't a phishing.
Yeah.
Because it's so subjective, trying to automate filtering those out can be a bit difficult. So if anything does make it through, some telltale signs you can look for are poor spelling, poor grammar, things that look like they're from an official organisation that you recognise, but the formatting and layout is just that little bit off, or a sent address that... It might say from the establishment it's trying to pretend to be, but the actual @domain, that part of the email address, is just completely random or recognisable, something that doesn't look legit. If you see any of those markers, just delete the email.
So if you do happen to have an email that you suspect to be a phishing email, don't open it, don't follow any links, and definitely don't put any login details into anything you see if it opens a web page. Just delete it, pretend it didn't happen, and there's no need to let us know in particular, but we do have some information further about that.
If for any reason you do open the email and click a link, or put in any personal details, any of your credentials, or reply to the email with that information, you need to immediately change your password on the My Password website, or you can ring us to report the issue. We'll go through a few steps to make sure your account's secure and that your password has been reset, and to make sure that nothing malicious has made its way onto your PC.
So we do have a nice knowledge base article on the IT service portal with some information on what to do if you are the victim of a phishing attack. We'll provide a link to this article wherever it is that you're watching this video now.
Now, being a internationally known university, we are prone to these types of attacks quite regularly, usually in big bursts throughout the year. You probably won't see any phishing attempts for a long time, but then everybody, every member of staff, every student might receive something similar. Sometimes they are focused at staff, sometimes they're focused at students. For example, with staff, if you ever see something that just, it appears to be off a colleague and it's asking you to respond without any context as to why, just like, oh, just let me know when you're free. That's usually a phishing attempt because they're trying to see if there is someone on the other end of that email address they've got hold of. And then previously we've had issues with ones focusing on students, saying you're entitled to a grant. Please sign in here to complete your application, and basically it takes the credentials off the student and then they're able to access their account. So that should be everything that we need to cover. So like this video wherever you see it, follow us wherever you see it, and all the information relevant to what we've talked about will be linked near the video. See you next one.
Bye.